If you enjoy the original Nosferatu, the 79 Nosferatu the Vampire, Salem's Lot maybe, then this Nosferatu is for you. I'm in Salad and I saw Nosferatu, the 2024 version. It is written and directed by Robert Eggers. If you haven't seen this movie, I will spoil it for you. This is requested by a Patreon who'd like to fast track a movie review, patreon.com/ASEPresents. On with the review. It's obviously snowing, very cold, but this is the setting of which this movie takes place in, so I thought this would be very applicable. What do you think of the setting? Let me know what you think of the visuals. This movie starts with following a lady and she summons Nosferatu to be her lover, and she's like, oh my goodness, this is so amazing, and then of course she regrets it, like women who decide to do decisions like this, so emotional, but yet who cares about the consequences? I want pleasure now. That stuff kind of annoys me a lot. And then she gets married, and her husband, years later, he has a task. He has to secure this really high-paying realty thing. I think he wants to relocate this guy into an abandoned ruin near his house. All that fun jazz. Classic tale. It mixes Orlok and also Nosferatu. This movie says it is not Nosferatu, it is Orlok. It's definitely taking story beats from both movies and then adds a little bit of a twist to it, which is really cool. I like the journey for sure. It's a nice journey, but it's quick. You get some nice shots, but you don't really live and breathe in the moment as much as you do the 79 Nosferatu, which I will review in the future. I just saw it recently, so it was on my mind, and I feel like I should compare the two. I like how eerie and creepy and dark this movie is. I'd say the build up to what happens in the third act, it's slow, and it's a little bit eerie, and there's a slow tension building up. But by the third act, it all comes together, and it's really awesome, and it's really tense. And by the way, I have to mention, the acting is really good. It is top tier. We got William Dafoe. He is so convincing. Aaron Taylor-Johnson, he did a really good job. This is a star-studded cast for horror, and also really good acting. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I watched this film. The third act really makes and breaks the movie for me, and I felt like the first act was a little slow. I was like, okay, this is like the 79 and the OG Nosferatu in some ways. Some things are changed. When the chaos happens, it's awesome. So, while he's away, while the husband is away, she has nightmares before and then during and then after he comes and goes, all that fun jazz. Husband secures the deal, and then he has to come back, but he's wounded, and he comes back on a horse to try to get to the town where the wife lives before Nosferatu does. And Nosferatu, by the way, is on a boat with carrying the plague, and then he has all of the soil that he needs to sleep on. He has it in caskets, which is really cool and eerie. And I like how he moves entirely throughout the night. I don't know, that's just like the character. But the way that he moves in the shadows is so creepy and really cool, and it really heightens the scariness of the character. But also, I feel like this movie has a major horny vibe, especially between the wife and Nosferatu. Well, no, it's Orlok. Why do I keep calling it Nosferatu? It's not Nosferatu. Willem Dafoe's character says, this is not Nosferatu, this is something different, right? But I'm like, it's Orlok, but it's Nosferatu. It's kind of a combination of both, I'd say. I'm just going to refer to him as Nosferatu because that's the title of the movie. That's the title of the movie. Nosferatu gets there. He goes to the wife, the husband, be like, yo, you got 3 days, or else I'm gonna kill everybody that you love up until the 3 days, cause a bunch of terror and horror. And she's like, okay, fine. 3rd day, I'm gonna give myself to him. Okay, here we go. We're gonna have a loving, sexy time. And this part of the movie, weird and cucky, not gonna lie. Like, oh, you're just cucking the husband now? Oh, I don't like that part personally. There's also a part, like, on the second night, where the wife is being hysterical because she was the reason why all of this is happening, because Nosferatu is trying to go after her, and she's like, it's all your fault, it's all your fault, you know, being a hysterical woman where she can't really take the fact that she caused all this, so she's projecting all of her problems outside of herself. You know, women stuff, women do that thing, it's that sort of thing. It's not really a man trait unless you're raised by a single mother. And then she's like, eh. And her eyes roll back, and by the way, she's possessed, and she gets unpossessed when the husband returns. And then she's like, oh no, this is all Nosferatu. Oh geez, I love it. I absolutely love her performance. She is crazy. The fact that she would let Nosferatu in her life at all is insane. And I love everybody's reaction. There's a lot of good character moments. We got the husband thinks it's his fault, so he's like denying that there is Nosferatu happening, and then he accepts it. And he's like, I did this to you. And she's like, no, I know he's coming for me. I did this. And he's like, what? And also their kids die on like night 2, and it's really depressing. Her sisters gets bit on night 1, and it's like really sad their children's dead. And just seeing the caskets is like, oh, that's so depressing. Those are children. They're dead. They didn't get to live life. This movie has made me feel a lot of emotions. Oh yeah, by the way, the end, she sacrifices herself. She lets Orlok / Nosferatu, or I swear, they interchange his name a lot. It's Orlok or Nosferatu. Okay, I remember the line was being, Orlok, they lay together all night together or something, like when the doctor and the husband come right at the nick of time, which is when the sun's already coming up and they've already had some sort of blood sucking through the chest thing happening. Yeah, he's like sucking her heart, and she sacrifices herself, and at least the curse is broken, and that's where the movie ends. It ends so suddenly, which I really like. I like how the movie is directed, edited, shot, the acting, the plot. I like the whole remix on a classic plot that everybody knows. Overall, this is a really solid movie, and I'm as solid as ice right now because I'm really cold. Color theory, lots and lots and lots of what seems to be shot in the daytime, but then it's turned down a lot. The brightness is turned down a lot, so you get a lot of harsh shadows, but you still have the highlights there. I'm getting hair in my mouth. You got the highlights there, which is nice. I just like the overall look. It looks so grim and desaturated and dark, and the only point in the film, which is super bright, has to be at the very beginning, where they're all optimistic. The husband's going to secure this deal, and he's going to get the bag, get that bread, and then the very end, when it's already daylight, and she sacrificed herself, but the curse is gone now. Everyone's safe. So I like this film a lot. I think I gotta give it, oh my goodness, it's really good. A really solid film. You should definitely check this out if you like Nosferatu. And all the actors, there's a lot of them, they're really good, and I like them. I gotta give it, it's a solid like 8 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one the platform really likes. Hit that like, comment, subscribe, all that fun jazz. If I haven't reviewed it on the channel, there's a chance I haven't even seen it at all. So get those Patreon requests in at patreon.com/ASEPresents. Otherwise, to help support the daily grindness is by going to autisticboobs.com. So you can go here. And until next time in Salad Saw, I'll see you later in my salad croutons and bacon bits. Aw yeah. No Nosferatu. I'm safe. I'm not gonna get vampire bit. Aw yeah.